Okay, picture this. Just a blur, yellow and black, streaking across the savannah. That's the cheetah. I mean, they're not just fast, they are the fastest land animal.
Absolutely. And today we're going a bit deeper than just that incredible speed. We're diving into their whole life, really.
Right.
How they live, hunt, survive, based on this fascinating video transcript we looked at.
Exactly. It's not just about saying, wow, fast. It's about understanding, what makes a cheetah tick in the wild. So let's get into it. First thing maybe, their social setup, it seems.
Yeah.
Different.
That's a really key point, actually. Unlike lions with their big, complex prides, cheetahs are generally much more solitary.
Solitary. Right.
Yeah, the transcript really highlights that you mostly see them alone, or maybe a mother with her cubs. That's pretty much the main social unit.
So no big family groups helping each other hunt, like you mentioned with lions.
Exactly. It's more of a lone operator situation, which, of course, massively influences how they hunt.
Right. Okay, so how does that work, hunting alone?
Well, it's all about efficiency. It hinges on that phenomenal speed we talked about, but it's also about incredibly quick thinking, reading the situation, making split-second choices during the chase.
And the speed itself. The transcript mentioned, what was it, up to 112 kilometers per hour?
Yeah, it's staggering. Think about that acceleration. Well, it's faster off the mark than many sports cars.
But it's not like they can keep that up for ages, right? It's a burst.
Precisely. Very short, intense bursts. They pour everything into it, but it's energetically super expensive. Think of it like a human sprinter, flat out, but only for 100 meters, not a marathon.
Okay, so they make the chase, hopefully catch something.
Right.
Then what? Is it time to relax and enjoy the meal?
Not quite. Success means food, yes, but the clock is immediately ticking. They have to eat fast.
Why so fast?
Because compared to, say, a lion or even a leopard, they're relatively lightly built. They can easily be pushed off their kill by bigger, stronger predators. Hyenas are a huge threat, too.
Ah, I see. So the chase is one race, and then eating is another race against potential thieves.
You got it. It really highlights how their whole strategy, even post-hunt, is built around speed and avoiding conflict they probably can't win. They specialize in this quick, high-stakes game.
Makes sense. It's a very specific niche they fill.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, thinking about that high-stakes world, what about the next generation? The transcript gives a real sense of how tough it is for cheetah cubs.
Oh, yeah. You really feel for the mother cheetah. She seems like this incredibly watchful guardian, doesn't she?
Totally dedicated. Raising those little ones when there are lions, hyenas, eagles even, looking for an easy meal, it's a constant struggle.
And she's not just protecting them, she's teaching them to.
That's fundamental. She is their sole instructor for, everything they need to know. How to hunt, how to stay hidden, how to read danger signals.
So it's like cheetah school, basically, learning by watching and doing.
Exactly right. The transcript emphasizes how vital those lessons are. Without mastering those skills alongside their mother, their chances of making it to independence and becoming successful hunters themselves are, well, pretty slim.
Wow, that's intense pressure on the mother. Huge investment.
It really is. So what are they learning to hunt? What's actually on the menu for these specialists? The transcript gets into their diet.
Right. It mentioned things like gazelles, impala, smaller, faster animals.
Primarily, yes. Small to medium-sized antelopes and other mammals that are also built for speed. It makes sense, doesn't it? Their prey choice perfectly matches their own physical abilities.
So they're using their key advantage speed against prey that also relies on speed.
Precisely. They wouldn't typically tackle a big, slow buffalo, for instance. That's not their game. It's about that rapid acceleration, the agility in the chase, and then a quick, efficient takedown.
And again, that need to eat fast comes back in, get the meal down before unwanted guests arrive.
Always. It's a constant theme. Strategic, efficient, fast. Now, shifting perspective a bit, it's interesting how these animals aren't just biological wonders, they've also captured the human imagination, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely. The transcript touches on that cheetahs showing up in myths and legends, often as symbols of, well, speed, obviously, but also beauty and grace.
And it specifically mentions ancient Egypt, which I found fascinating. They were associated with royalty, depicted with pharaohs. That says a lot about how highly they were regarded.
Yeah, that's a powerful image, isn't it? A pharaoh with a cheetah. It suggests more than just admiration for hunting skill. There's a sense of elegance, nobility.
Exactly. The transcript points out it's both their physical beauty and their incredible hunting prowess that made them so symbolically important for centuries.
It adds another layer to appreciating them, beyond just the biology.
It does. And speaking of appreciation, the filmmaker mentioned in the transcript, Budohan Kusukvarsak, seemed to have a clear goal with his work.
Right, he wanted to show their lives, their sort of graceful existence in the wild.
Yeah, to showcase that extraordinary life. And there seemed to be an underlying point, too, about our responsibility.
A reminder to understand their world, respect their habitats, maybe think about conservation.
I think so. It subtly points towards the need for us to recognize their place and perhaps the challenges they face now with habitats shrinking and changing.
Okay, so let's try and pull these threads together. We've got this incredible speed, which isn't just for show. It dictates their solitary hunting, their need for rapid kills, even how fast they eat.
Then there's the crucial role of the mother in teaching cubs the skills for that challenging lifestyle, focusing on those fast-moving prey animals they're perfectly adapted to hunt.
And layered on top of all that biology is this long history of cultural significance, seeing them as symbols of grace and speed right back to ancient Egypt.
Absolutely. So considering all that, their very specific way of hunting, being alone much of the time, their vulnerability to bigger predators,
Yeah.
it kind of leads to a final thought for you listening.
Yeah.
Well, what does the cheetah's whole existence, this finely tuned high-speed life, tell us about the delicate balance within their ecosystem? And maybe what unique challenges does that specialization create for them in a world that's changing so fast?
That's a great question. Something to really think about, that balance and how fragile it might be for such a specialized hunter.